Have you ever wondered what makes the foam in your bubble bath? Or what gives soap suds their unique texture? It all comes down to something called foam. Foam is actually a pretty cool phenomenon. Imagine a bunch of tiny bubbles, all stuck together but filled with air. That's foam in a nutshell. It's like a delicate structure made of thin films of liquid trapping gas inside. Think about blowing bubbles with your friends. You dip the wand in the soapy solution and blow gently. Voila! A beautiful, shimmering bubble takes flight. That bubble is basically a thin film of soap and water with air trapped inside. Now imagine millions of these tiny bubbles all clustered together. That's foam. Foam might seem like something simple, but there's actually a lot of interesting science behind it. And you know what? It all starts with soap. In the next section, we'll dive into the amazing world of soap molecules and discover how they contribute to the formation of those bubbly masterpieces. Stay tuned. Soap might seem ordinary, but it has a secret superpower. It's a master at mixing oil and water. We all know that oil and water don't mix. Soap acts like a peacemaker, bringing them together to create foam. Soap molecules have heads that love water and tails that prefer oil. This unique ability makes soap great at cleaning. So next time you lather up, remember the tiny chemical superheroes. Water is a pretty amazing substance. It's essential for life and has some unique properties. One of these properties is its high surface tension. Think of surface tension as a kind of stickiness that water molecules have for each other. They like to hold hands, forming a tight film at the surface. This surface tension is why water droplets form beads on a waterproof surface. The water molecules are more attracted to each other than to the surface, so they bunch up together. It's also why some insects can walk on water. Their weight isn't enough to break the surface tension. This surface tension is important for understanding how foam forms. The tight film of water molecules creates a barrier. It's tough for air to get through. That's where soap comes in. It weakens this surface tension, making it easier for bubbles to form. Now comes the fun part. How do soap and water actually create foam? Remember those soap molecules with their water-loving heads and oil-loving tails? When you mix soap with water and agitate it, like when you rub your hands together or use a bubble wand, those soap molecules start to work their magic. The soap molecules reduce the surface tension of the water, making it easier to stretch. Imagine trying to stretch a piece of plastic wrap. It's tough. But if you add a little bit of oil, it becomes much easier to stretch. Soap does a similar thing to water. As you agitate the soapy water, air gets trapped between the layers of soap molecules. These trapped air pockets are the bubbles that make up the foam. The soap molecules actually form a thin, stable film around each air bubble, preventing it from collapsing immediately. That's why bubbles last longer in soapy water than in plain water. Section 5. The science of bubbles. Why they're round and stretchy. Ever notice how bubbles are always round? That's not just a coincidence. Bubbles are round because of something called surface tension. Remember how water molecules like to stick together? They want to be as close together as possible. A sphere is the most efficient shape for minimizing surface area. In other words, a sphere allows the soap film to hold the most air with the least amount of material. But bubbles aren't just round, they're also surprisingly stretchy. This is because the soap molecules can move around within the soap film. It's like having a flexible net that can stretch and bend without breaking. This flexibility is what allows you to blow giant bubbles or create intricate bubble shapes. The colors you see in bubbles are another fascinating aspect of their science. These colors are created by light reflecting and interfering with itself as it passes through the thin soap film. Different thicknesses of the film produce different colors, creating the beautiful rainbow effect we often see in bubbles. Section 6. Bubble trouble, hard water and its effect on foam. Have you ever noticed that soap doesn't seem to lather as well in some places? That's probably because of hard water. Hard water contains high levels of dissolved minerals, mainly calcium and magnesium. These minerals can interfere with the soap's ability to lather. Think of it like this. The minerals in hard water are like tiny troublemakers that want to join the soap party. They attach themselves to the soap molecules, making it harder for them to do their job of reducing surface tension and creating foam. As a result, you might need to use more soap in hard water to get the same amount of lather. Some people also find that hard water can leave their skin feeling dry and their hair feeling stiff. That's because the minerals in hard water can also react with soap to form a residue that can be difficult to rinse away. Section 7. Fun Fact Time. Bubble Trivia. Now that we've covered the science of soap foam, let's have some fun with some bubble trivia. Did you know that the world record for the largest free-floating soap bubble is over 100 feet in diameter? That's bigger than a blue whale. Bubbles freeze in mid-air when it's cold enough. They form delicate ice crystals that sparkle in the sunlight. You can make square bubbles. It requires special bubble wands and a bit of practice. The soap bubble is the most studied thin film structure in the world. Scientists are still learning new things about these fascinating objects. Soap bubbles can help engineers design stronger, lighter structures. By studying the way bubbles distribute stress, engineers can create more efficient designs. See, bubbles aren't just for kids. They're a source of endless fascination and scientific discovery. Section 8. Beyond the bathroom. The many uses of soap foam. Soap foam isn't just for cleaning ourselves and our homes. It has many other uses, some of which might surprise you. For example, firefighters use a special type of soap foam to extinguish fires. This foam is effective because it can quickly cover and cool burning materials, depriving the fire of oxygen. Soap foam is also used in mining and construction to suppress dust. The foam helps to bind dust particles together, preventing them from becoming airborne and posing a health hazard. And in the food industry, soap foam is sometimes used to clean and sanitize equipment. But that's not all. Researchers are even exploring the use of soap foam in medicine. For example, some scientists are developing soap-based foams that could be used to deliver drugs directly to the lungs. Section 9. The importance of clean soap's role in our world. Soap might seem like a simple thing, but it plays a vital role in keeping us healthy and safe. By removing dirt, germs, and other contaminants, soap helps to prevent the spread of disease. Hand washing with soap and water is one of the most effective ways to prevent the spread of infections, especially those that cause respiratory and diarrheal illnesses. In addition to its health benefits, soap is also important for maintaining hygiene and sanitation. It helps to keep our homes, workplaces, and communities clean and free from unpleasant odors. Soap's ability to break down grease and grime makes it an essential tool for cleaning everything from dishes to laundry to industrial equipment. So, the next time you lather up with soap, remember that you're not just getting clean, you're also participating in a long and important tradition of public health and hygiene. Section 10. Foaming with knowledge, what we've learned. We've covered a lot of ground in our exploration of soap foam. We've learned that foam is a collection of bubbles, and that bubbles are formed when soap molecules reduce the surface tension of water, allowing air to become trapped inside thin films of soap solution. We've discovered that soap molecules are like tiny tadpoles with water-loving heads and oil-loving tails, and that this unique structure enables them to interact with both water and oil, making soap an excellent cleaning agent. We've also explored the science behind why bubbles are round and stretchy, and how hard water can affect soap's ability to lather. But most importantly, we've learned that something as seemingly simple as soap foam is actually a fascinating example of the power of chemistry and physics. So, the next time you see a bubble floating by, Take a moment to appreciate the science at work.